Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. The NFL season just got bigger. We have some breaking news on the NFL. Adding another game. We potentially already knew that a couple days ago, but there's some news that we need to go over, some brand new matchups to go over, and some spicy ones. My Tampa Bay Buccaneers going against Carson Wentz and the Indianapolis Colts. Very exciting, a potential loss for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but I really love these possible matchups, and I want to kind of go over some of the news. It's definitely a big thing as we're moving forward. Your boy is on the grind. This isn't the second live stream that your boy has done today. I'm grinding, and I'm grinding some more. NFL season just got bigger. NFL news, an update with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash a fucking like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either on here, patreon.com/NWSF, or the GoFundMe. And if you're looking for fucking merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram at NW Sports Fanatics. So I actually wanted just to address something really quickly too. I mean, I have a lot of people that have reached out for sponsorship and promotions to be able to link up with the Northwest Sports Fanatics. I have Collegiate Art Designs, the company that made the NWSF chain and the Oregon Ducks chain. So I'm already linked with them, but then I have this new company that kind of has a thing going on like FanDuel that has been reaching out. So I have a meeting next week. So there might be an opportunity for me to link up with another company and maybe I can get some extra additional funds, maybe some new, Northwest Sports Fanatic family members, and maybe a little extra funds to come into the Northwest Sports Fanatics. That way I can give back. So definitely exciting. I mean, I've had, a jersey company reach out to me that does NFL jerseys, a man cave company. So I've had about 4 or 5 different companies recognizing the passion and my high energy and my hard work. I've said no to most of them. So I have one right now that I'm working with the Collegiate Art Designs, but I might have another sponsor coming, starting here very soon in the next couple weeks. So that's big things for the NWSF. But let's talk about some of this fucking news. The season got bigger. You can see the games that are on the slate. Green Bay, fucking Kansas City right there at the top. Yes, fucking please. Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes, arguably the 2 best quarterbacks in the league right now, not named Dangerous. Sign me the fuck up. All right. But the big thing is, as we go over the matchups, and we'll go over that as well. All right. The regular season now increases to 17 fucking games. All right. The players hate it. All right. Some of the analysts probably have to hate it, right? Almost everyone I'm hearing hates this idea, except for me. I absolutely love it. You know why? Because it gives me some more opportunity, some more fucking content, some extra games that I can call live play-by-play and reaction videos. So if everyone else hates it out there, including the players, and I understand why, their bodies are just dragging, they're very, tired, they're injured. They just want the season to probably end if they're not in playoff contention. I get it. But for someone like me in social media, in the YouTube scene, being an NFL YouTuber, this is the best thing for me that I possibly could have. Actually increasing to 17 games. 1 extra week, a lot more action for me to call. I fucking love it. All right, because I'm a fanatic. Regular season length increases from 17 weeks to 18 weeks. So we go from 16 to 17 to 17 games to 18 weeks. I absolutely love it. The added game will feature teams from opposing conferences that finish in the same place within their division the previous season. And the best part about it, the preseason, hallelujah, is reduced to 3 games per team. So we don't have to worry about seeing guys get injured as much. Of course, we're going to see ACL, MCL, PCL, torn pecs, torn titties, on the left and right, just unfortunate injuries. We're going to see these things happen in preseason game 1, 2, and 3. It's inevitable, right? We know it's going to happen. But if we have 3 games, at least there's a least likely chance for someone to get injured in a game that doesn't really mean anything. NFL season just motherfucking got bigger. I absolutely love it. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash the fucking like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either on here, patreon.com/NWSF, or the fucking GoFundMe. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, NW Sports Fanatics. New sponsorship on the way for your boy. And let's acknowledge everyone in the room before we go into these fucking matchups. Amber M in the building. How are you? Ryan Schrick. Chiefs Kingdom in the building. Chiefs Packers, best 17 game added, and it's not even close. Hey, hard to argue. I definitely like that. Buccaneers Colts, though, definitely could have some playoff implications, based off seeding. Carson Wentz, Darius Leonard, Devin White, 2 of the top 4 linebackers in the game. Sign me the fuck up. Amber said, I missed you, buddy. I appreciate that. Love you. I miss you guys too. Obviously, I was been at, kind of a down point, but I feel like I've really turned the page and turned the curve. I'm exercising, went for, an hour walk today, got my exercise in, eating better, fruits, veggies, really trying to lose that 20, 30 pounds by the time we get to July 4th. That's one of the goals. But just to get into some of this action, if your boy is working hard, I'm going to be grinding. So let's go over some of these matchups. So what's new about the season matchups, Matt Carter, is that these didn't exist a couple hours ago. Because initially, they were talking about going from 16 games to 17 games. But we didn't really get the owners and all the top dogs to actually vote on it to say, yeah, let's fucking do this. The owners get money. The companies like NBC, CBS, and Fox, ESPN, all these money-grubbing, hungry guys, they want the fucking money, right? But they had to vote on it, and obviously it finally went through. So we're getting an additional game. So that's what the game is about, the extra game, and you can see in the thumbnail. So we're going from 16 games to 17 games, all right? We're going from 16 games, right, to 17. We're going from, obviously, 17 weeks in a season to 18 weeks, right? And then you're getting the added game will feature teams from the opposing conference that featured in the same place within their division the previous season. And a big part of it, too, is not only getting this extra game, we're getting the preseason reduced from 4 to 5 games, depending on if you were in the Hall of Fame game, just to 3. So I absolutely love it. I mean, not everyone loves preseason, but at least we want to be able to watch games where if someone gets hurt, you're like, fuck, we don't want our starting quarterback to go down in week 1, 2, or 3 in the fucking preseason. And that's big facts. Shriek says, also nobody going to talk about how the Bucs and Brady got the easiest schedule next year based off records of last season. Shriek, stop being so angry. Stop being so bitter, all right, that you came up short, you got your Super Bowl with Mahomes, and then you got goose-egged, all right? No touchdowns, right? It's not like I think Tampa Bay is going to be the New England Patriots for years to come. Get over it. You kept talking shit to me. Game in, game out, week in and week out, how you guys were going to fucking win, and you fucking didn't win. You got your ass kicked, and you didn't get any fucking touchdowns. I told you we were going to win. Your boy knows football. Hey, but the good thing is for you is that you can be bitter, right? And you can be sad or angry or mad. You're still one of the best teams in football, all right? You know what I mean? I'm going to get a piece of the pie. You guys are going to be the favored team every single year with the Buffalo Bills, probably for the next 5 years moving forward. So you just need to be able to address the O-line. Mitchell Schwartz is gone, right? Eric Fisher gone. But then you bring in my boy Kyle Long from Oregon, who came out of retirement from the Bears. Great start. So you need to address a few more of those pieces on the line, and you guys will be fine. Sammy Watkins goes to the Ravens, but that's not that big of a loss, all right? Get over it, my guy. Tampa Bay, we're the champs. Get over it, my guy. You got it the year before. The Chiefs are going to get plenty more Super Bowls before Patrick Mahomes retires. We both know this, okay? It's my time. It's Tampa Bay's time, baby. Matt Carter says, oh, by the way, what's up, bro? How you been, man? I've been waiting for football season to hear sack lunch. It's time for a sack lunch on Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. Yum, 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 yum. Sorry, Ryan Schrick. Second place is okay. But in all seriousness, I'm excited to see Kansas City and what they're going to be able to do. I don't know if it's going to be a possibility to have a Chiefs-Buccaneers rematch in the Super Bowl, but it could be possible because on paper, it really looks like the Bills and the Chiefs are the top teams, and the Rams and the Bucks are the best teams in the AFC and the NFC. So we'll be able to see what's going on. Tony Robles, we out here. Northwest Sports Fanatics in the building. Tony, what's good? Amber, what's good? Aria, what is good? Ramley in the building. Devin White don't know how to act, bro. He wins one Super Bowl, and he can't get off Twitter. Come on, bro. For a team and for all the players that I have, you guys have some cocky fucking players on your team too. And if I didn't have Devin White, I wouldn't have won the Super Bowl. Stop being so bitter just because you guys couldn't get a goddamn touchdown in the game and you got your ass kicked in the Super Bowl. All right? Let me have my time. I mean, and when you guys won your Super Bowl, you didn't hear other people talk shit about the Chiefs. We were happy for you guys to win the Super Bowl. See, that's the difference between me as a Buccaneers fan and a lot of these other people. When shit doesn't go their way, they just like to complain and be bitter and argue and say a bunch of shit. Get over it, bro. It's not like the Chiefs are going to win 10, 12, 15 Super Bowls. You're going to get yours. And Devin White is better than any linebacker on your team, period. Maybe since Derek Thomas. That's maybe something comparable on that end. Believe that. Adventures with AG. What to do, my guy? I am good. Ryan Trick is bitter. Yeah, you are. That is obviously nothing new to me. Drew Brees is gone. Obviously, I still think the Saints can be competitive, but I don't think it's going to be with Jameis Winston or Taysom Hill. As the great Ricky Bobby once said, if you're not first, you're last, but you got a great team. You're in a great position, right? You got rid of Fisher. You got rid of Schwartz, right? Schwartz is older, obviously in the early 30s. Fisher in the late 20s, right, I believe. But, he didn't really pan out as a first pick, in the draft. Both guys got kind of hurt. But you brought in Kyle Long. That's an improvement. And you still have another spot to fill for one of the other linemen that you ended up, dropping on the offensive line. So you need to pick up a couple guys. You got Travis Kelce. You got Tyreek. You got plenty of pieces. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Mahomes. You still retain a good chunk of the team. All right? You can't win it every year. You got to remember, you didn't win it for like 50 years. All right, whether you're a bandwagon Chiefs fan or if you're a long-time Chiefs fan, I mean, yeah, you got Mahomes. Yeah, you got one. All right, but you got to be humble about it because, you never know when you're not going to be able to get that next opportunity. But in your case, obviously you have a fantastic roster, fantastic coach, but it shows you offensive line is a lot more important than people really give credit for. And Tampa Bay was a lot better on the offensive line in the secondary, which everyone was talking shit and saying how bad our secondary was and our O-line was, and it was actually one of our strengths on our team. You obviously learned that firsthand. Big facts. Adventures with AG, but on the Super Bowl, they fuck up during the game. Adventures with AG, it doesn't match. He said, right now the Chiefs are last. Well, that's basically what they had and what they said, in the system. So I'm not sure if that's what it said on NFL.com. So I'm not sure if that statement is correct. This is the matchups that they're showing us. So that's why I definitely wanted to report that. All right. Jameis, Taysom, I don't make the rules. They're both trash. Let's be real. Taysom can't do what I wanted him to do at the starting quarterback position. Jameis is not the guy that's going to lead them to the promised land. And they're going to start to realize if they don't have depth, to really, clean up. If they don't have the depth at wide receiver, if they don't have the depth, at tight end, they don't have the depth, on defense, it's going to pay the price. You're going to pay the price there. And that's big facts. The thing is Jameis Winston, is going to be the pure quarterback, but I don't trust. I mean, the Saints have a reputation, Amber. You know this. Strick knows this. Everyone knows this, right? And you're going from a Hall of Fame quarterback, first ballot with Drew Brees, to Jameis, where you're hoping that everything, pans out. But let's be realistic. Jameis isn't going to be the guy long term that Saints fans are going to be satisfied with, because you're not going to be consistently good, I feel, with Jameis Winston, but also maybe not consistently good with Taysom either. You need to have him be the Swiss Army knife, and you're going to have to look in the draft in the next couple years, or maybe get a free agent to come over, kind of like I did with Tom Brady, to get back to the promised land of being one of those top dog teams. But what you do have is a great coach in Sean Payton. You got an amazing running back in AK-41, my favorite in the league overall, and I'm a Bucs fan, right? Your wide receiving core is a little thin, so maybe Elijah Moore from Ole Miss to add on the opposite side of Michael Thomas would be great. You got Jared Cook, Butterfingers out of there, right? Your offensive line is top 5 in the league. I absolutely love it, led by Ryan Ramczyk. And your defense is legit. So, I mean, you got defense, you got O-line, you got running back, right? You got coach. So you just need to be able to get those certain things firmed up. Obviously, quarterback is very important, but most teams don't have a good O-line. Most teams don't have a great defense. Most teams don't have an elite running back, let alone a backup in Latavius Murray, who's definitely very serviceable behind AK-41, the alien, Alvin Kamara, and a great coach in Sean Payton. So let's go over some of these matchups here really quick. It's kind of crazy. So we got Green Bay and Kansas City. That definitely, like Ryan Trick said, even though he's bitter about the Super Bowl, that's the best one out of all the matchups. I can't wait to be able to watch that matchup. Could go either way. If the game is in Kansas City, if the bottom team is the home team, I would assume that's the correct format. I would assume Kansas City could get that dub. It all depends on playoff positioning. I would assume if this is like the last game of the regular season, I mean, if they both have clinched, I guess, is it possible that Rodgers and Mahomes don't play? I hope not. I mean, it just really depends, I guess, where this game is situated in the season. Is it the last game of the regular season, or is it somewhere in the middle, in the beginning? Where is it placed? The Bears and the Raiders. Not a lot of intrigue there. I would assume the Raiders can win that game. Minnesota Vikings, Justin Jefferson going against my boy Justin Herbert. I love the enticing matchup there. Rookie of the year on offense. It could have went co-MVP on offense there. So you get a little bit of sizzle and a little bit of spice with Justin Jefferson, who's fantastic, as well as my boy Justin Herbert. The Lions and Broncos, nothing really too sexy about that matchup. Seahawks and Steelers, I like that. I mean, Dangerous, Big Ben, I mean, they both should be in playoff contention. The Rams and the Ramily going against the Ravens flock. Playoff implications in that matchup. Matthew Stafford going against Lamar Jackson. Love that matchup. And then you go to the next one, and you got the Arizona Cardinals and Kyler Murray and Baker Mayfield and the Browns. That could be two playoff teams. San Francisco 49ers, depending on if they pick Mac Jones, which is kind of rumored, or Trey Lance, possibly, or Justin Fields. I did the pro day today of Mac Jones and Justin Fields. Mac Jones, I wasn't too impressed. Justin Fields did a little bit better, but I am going to do the pro day tomorrow, which is going to showcase some of Ryan Trick's favorite players. I'm going to end up seeing guys like Kyle Pitts, who arguably could be the best player in this draft overall, quarterbacks and all. So you get Kyle Pitts. I get to take a look at him. They're going to do LSU's pro day as well with Jamar Chase and even Notre Dame. So I'll be able to take a look there as well. But Niners and Bengals, I mean, it really depends if Joe Burrow is playing. They get Penei Sewell in the draft. That'll be kind of an Anthony Munoz for their team moving forward. I love that. The Saints and the Titans. I love that matchup. That could have some playoff implications there. Jameis Winston, Taysom Hill, maybe going against Ryan Tannehill. They don't have Corey Davis anymore, but they still have Derrick Henry, and they still got A.J. Brown. Tampa Bay and the Colts. Playoff implications, Carson Wentz. The Colts could win the division in the AFC South. Tampa Bay could win the NFC South. I love that matchup there as well. Panthers and Texans. I would assume the Panthers will beat the brakes off the Texans. It's the worst franchise in sports today, the Houston Texans, and that's big facts. The Falcons going against the Jags, a little Trevor Lawrence, Matt Ryan, we'll see where that goes. A potential playoff preview, obviously down the road with some of these other matchups. As you can see, the Washington football team could win the NFC East. The Buffalo Bills more than likely will win the AFC North. So, no, AFC East. So you got a lot of teams that are playing each other that could be at the top of their divisions when it's said and done. Kansas City, Green Bay could be at the top. Tampa Bay and the Colts could be at the top, right? Seattle and the Steelers could be at the top. Washington football team and Buffalo definitely could be at the top. All right, you got the Giants and the Dolphins, two teams that are trying to rebuild. I love the Dolphins' future going forward. They got a lot of opportunities in the next 3 years based off the talent that they have to really clean up if they hit on 70% of their draft picks and that draft capital. Don't be surprised if the Dolphins make the playoffs next year or very, very soon. And they could even contend with Buffalo and New England of winning the AFC East sooner than later. But it all depends on Tua and the development. They're probably scratching their heads right now and wishing they would have picked Justin Herbert instead of Tua Tagovailoa. Big facts. Dallas Cowboys, we damn boys, going against the New England Patriots. I don't really think the Cowboys are going to be that great. The defense still is trash. I don't really know if they're going to be able to improve enough. Even if they pick Patrick Surtain, all right, the second, and have him at corner, I mean, they need Deion Sanders. They need everything. They need to bring back all the greats that they've ever had for that defense to be good. Now, the offense with CeeDee Lamb and Dak, Dakota Prescott should be nice, but the defense, I mean, I know they ended up bringing in, Quinn, who was the D coordinator for Seattle. All right, Dan Quinn was the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons. That'll help them a little. But I don't know if the Cowboys players on D have discipline. I like Leighton Vander Esch and some of these guys, DeMarcus Lawrence, but I'm not sure if they have enough to really get it together, at least maybe not this first year. And then we got the Eagles and the Jets. That should be interesting as well. You got two teams that are going to be going possibly in two different directions. The Eagles might be trending upwards. The Jets still will be at the bottom of the division, but with a guy like Zach Wilson, if they pick him, it definitely could take their franchise to new heights. And he's my favorite quarterback out of all the quarterbacks that are in this upcoming draft. I like Zach Wilson 1, Trevor Lawrence 2, all right, and then probably Trey Lance 3, Justin Fields 4, Mac Jones 5. But it seems like there's more and more rumors that maybe Mac Jones will go number 3 to the San Francisco 49ers. So, I mean, they're in a position now that depending on who they want and where they want to go, we might be surprised. And maybe Kyle Shanahan wants Mac Jones over Justin Fields and Trey Lance. I mean, they traded a lot of first-round capital and a lot of picks for that type of player. I can see them doing that for a Zach Wilson or a Trevor Lawrence. But I'm not too sure. I know Kyle Shanahan's a genius in the play calling, and he can make anybody good. Look at Jimmy G. He's average, and they got to the Super Bowl even though they didn't win it. But is Mac Jones that much better than Jimmy G? Is Justin Fields and Trey Lance that much better or worse than Jimmy G? I mean, at that point, you might want to stick with Jimmy G personally. I mean, if he can stay on the field, that's one thing, but that's why they're looking at QB, maybe someone that can be healthier to get them over the hump to compete with the Rams and Matthew Stafford, to compete with Kyler, getting J.J. Watt and, kind of increasing their chances of getting better and better and moving forward in the NFC West, right? And then obviously we know Dangerous in Seattle. He may not want to be there, he may not want to be there. But you never know. It seems like every time we sleep on Seattle, they still end up winning the NFC West, so you can't sleep on them, and that's big facts. Agree, people who think Taysom is better is not that smart. Yeah, Jameis is more the natural fit, and you're going to have Jameis Winston at QB. Putting at Taysom and having Jameis on the bench is just going to hurt you guys because it's taking one weapon away in Taysom Hill, and you just got to pray that Jameis doesn't turn the ball over after that LASIK surgery. Saints draft Drew Brees 2.0, Kyle Trask. Well, you're a Florida guy, so all your Florida guys you're going to be up and on. I kind of like the Florida defensive players a little bit more than some of these offensive guys, but as of late, they got guys like Kyle Pitts that I absolutely love. And then also, Kadarius Toney, like you mentioned, he looks nice. That could be someone the Saints could pick up or someone that's looking for a wide receiver in the mid to late round that could definitely help. Let's see here. Henny versus Love. Let's go. So what's up with you and your friend, Chief KT? Whoever drafts Kadarius Toney, I'm so jealous of you. I like him. I've watched the tape on him, Trick. I know you're a Gator guy, so anytime there's anything Gators related, I'm always watching it. And that was one of my favorite teams growing up with Steve Spurrier, right? With the, the run and gun and the spread offense, having Jaquez Green, Rydell Anthony, Ike Hilliard back in 95, 96. That was a big reason to me becoming a Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan, besides Warren Sapp and Derek Brooks from the U and Florida State getting drafted to a team that already had John Lynch. You picked up Rondé Barber, had Mike Allstott, and that's a big part of what I'm doing. Let's see, us Panthers going to beat the shit out of them. Panthers is going to be very interesting. I think Justin Fields, to me, is the most natural fit for the Panthers roster. So I really think that the Panthers are going to get whoever the Niners don't get. So if the Niners go Trey Lance, Panthers should go Justin Fields. If the 49ers go Justin Fields, the Panthers should go Trey Lance. I don't really see Mac Jones being better than those two guys, but like I said, it's all about system and trust and really believing in a guy. And the Niners are in a position where they literally could put any quarterback out of those five and he could succeed. I mean, you got a running game that's solid, O-line solid, great play caller, arguably the best play caller or one of the best play callers in the NFL in Kyle Shanahan. He can really develop QBs from Matt Ryan to Kirk Cousins to obviously we've seen what he could do with Jimmy G, right? And Jimmy G's not bad. He just can't stay on the field. And obviously in the Super Bowl, making interceptions is not going to get you the dubs. But I think the main reason that they're possibly looking, is that they want to make sure they maximize Fred Warner. They want to maximize Eric Armstead. They want to maximize Nick Bosa. They want to maximize George Kittle while he's there. Otherwise, the window's going to close, and Seattle and the Rams and the Cardinals are going to pass them, and they're still in that Super Bowl, window, in my opinion. The Niners still can do it. They just had a lot of injuries, and that's big facts. Amber says, Mac Jones at 3 makes me cringe. I'll root for him, but this man shot up from rounds 2 to 3. And the thing is, it would only be a specific need for the Niners. No other team in the top 10 would pick Mac Jones, in my opinion. I don't think so. I mean, even the Panthers sitting at like 8, I don't think that would be their first option. I think that they would rather have Trey Lance or Justin Fields. But if Mac Jones, if 49ers and really believe in this guy and think that he can get it done, even though he, was blinded by talent all around him and had a great supporting cast. I mean, you can kind of hide some of the weaknesses when you have a great supporting cast, and the Niners can do that. I mean, the best case scenario for the Niners is Zach Wilson. But I don't think that the Jets are going to be like, oh, you never know, though. You never know. What if Trevor Lawrence goes 1, and then the Jets, instead of going Zach Wilson, they stick with Sam Darnold, and they pick someone like Penei Sewell? Then everyone's going to lose their fucking minds and go crazy. So then the Niners at that point would be just like, oh, shit. Then they can get the guy that's going to be probably the best quarterback that's not named Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson. And then they can pass on Mac Jones or Trey Lance or Justin Fields because obviously, as we know, I think Zach Wilson, to me, is the best quarterback in this draft. He's got the strongest arm. He's the most accurate downfield. He's the real deal Holyfield. I think Trevor Lawrence could be successful too. But with so many games that he couldn't really step up against good competition, that's what makes me kind of worried. Trevor Lawrence, is a generational talent. I get it. He's going to have an easier time to succeed with DJ Shark and the weapons that they have around, him and moving forward. But with the Jets, whoever goes there is going to have a hard time to succeed because they don't really got a whole lot. They got Corey Davis from the Titans, which is nice, and you got Jamison Crowder on the other side, but the defense doesn't have a whole lot. I like Robert Saleh, D coordinator for the Niners, but going over there as the head coach of the Jets, but it's going to take time. It's going to take time. So I got to, hopefully Trevor Lawrence can learn to be able to stay in the pocket, make the throws. I'm not sure if he's going to be as good as like an Andrew Luck or, a Peyton Manning type of player, but I hope and I pray that he is because the league needs it. The league needs him to be. So my comparison really is that Trevor Lawrence is going to be Joe Burrow. All right, and if you're comfortable with that, that's who you're getting. A stud, a guy hopefully that doesn't get injured, a guy that can lead your franchise, possibly could be a Pro Bowler, maybe a Hall of Famer down the road. We don't really know. It's too early, but you're getting a solid talent. Joe Burrow is Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence is Joe Burrow. For what the Bengals got with Burrow, you're going to get that with the Jags and Trevor Lawrence. But if you want a little spice and you want a little flair and you want someone that has a little bit higher ceiling, I compare Zach Wilson from BYU to the Jets to Justin Herbert. All right. And we saw what he did under pressure. You give him good weapons. Maybe we can get Derwin James fucking healthy for once, and you have good weapons surrounding him. You had a horrible head coach, and he was the best under pressure on deep throws besides Patrick Mahomes. I don't think I've ever seen a rookie, not being biased, because I watched him front row in Eugene, in Oregon for multiple years. But Justin Herbert obviously was much, much better than Tua, and a lot of people saw that, he's just as good as Burrow, if not better. So do you want that flashy guy that can, be able to make the big throws, and Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes kind of clone, and Zach Wilson, who Zach Wilson to me is Justin Herbert? Or do you want to go for the safer pick, more of the pocket guy, in a Joe Burrow and a Trevor Lawrence? And there's nothing wrong with either four of those quarterbacks. It's just that you're going to get one side with Justin Herbert and Zach Wilson, in my opinion, that the ceiling could be a little bit higher, almost like a Josh Allen as well, ceiling a little bit higher, or you can stick with the guy that is going to be good, but where is the ceiling? Have they hit the ceiling? How much better are they really going to get in Joe Burrow and Trevor Lawrence? But I'm hoping all of them end up being Pro Bowlers. I hope and all of them end up being faces of the NFL because we definitely need it. Toby Scheffler in the building. Jags need Kyle Pitts. Well, the Jags need Trevor Lawrence, so you're not getting Kyle Pitts, but the Jags should be a lot better. You have a bright future going forward. You got Urban Meyer there. You need Kyle Pitts, but you're not going to get Kyle Pitts because obviously we know he's going to go top 10. But you got Trevor Lawrence, so at least you get your franchise QB, and that's big facts. I think the Panthers could make a trade. Absolutely. It just depends on who falls to you at 8. Because the thing is, if the Atlanta Falcons at 4, they're sitting there, they could pick Kyle Pitts, but they probably will trade back to a team like the Chicago Bears because they don't believe in Andy Dalton. They could trade with the Panthers and move up for a guy. But, it depends on what you want to give up. If it goes Trevor Lawrence 1, then it goes Zach Wilson 2, and then if it goes Justin Fields 3, do you want to trade up to get Trey Lance, or do you want to wait for someone else to grab him because he might not be there at 8, and then you might have to settle for a Mac Jones, but then there might be another player that the Panthers could get at that point. You could end up getting, like a Jamar Chase if he doesn't go to the Dolphins at 6, or maybe Kyle Pitts, somewhere between that 6 and 10 range. There's going to be a lot of talent, and like I said, Kyle Pitts and Jamar Chase, Pitts could end up being the next George Kittle, Travis Kelce, Mark Andrews, Darren Waller. I think he could be the next top 5 tight end right away. I love him that much. And Jamar Chase could be really the next Justin Jefferson. Immediate impact right away. And he'll probably be the best wide receiver out of all the wide receivers coming in, even better than Devontae Smith, depending on what team he goes to. Adventures with AG, as long as John Wolford is still in the Rams, it will be okay, he says. Seth Warner, yo, what to do, man? Long time. How's life? It was rough for a little bit, for about 2 to 3 weeks. I had severe depression. Definitely was not in a good mode, in the bed for like 20 to 24 hours, and maybe 20 out of the 24 hours. Very, very low point in my life. Wasn't eating good, wasn't going outside, didn't get a chance to see my family or my friends, but I started exercising as of late. Getting myself in shape, changed my diet, eating more vegetables and fruits, getting outside, getting the sun, so that way I can feel better. Really just trying to make some changes, positive changes, because mental health is really important. I've been back on the grind, doing as many live streams as possible. Odin's Child has been donating crazy. I got like $300 in donations within the last couple days, just from Odin's Child alone. I think he's donated close to about $250 to $300 alone, which is fantastic. I got the MLB new background as well. So I'm going to be doing some MLB action. I got a brand new background and a brand new studio setup for MLB live pitch by pitch or live play by play and reactions for some of the MLB Dodgers, Red Sox, Yankees, Cubs, Astros, my Mariners, my dad's Dodgers, just to have a few more things to kind of cover besides the NFL, which is the priority number one in college football. I'm definitely excited about that, but I'm good, man. I'm definitely good. Let's see here. RD in the building. Bucks cleaning house, man. 22 out of 22 starters. I am back. So I see a lot of Mahomes and Zach Wilson. Nathan Dotson says I do, and Aaron Rodgers. He just got that frame and that flick of the wrist. I mean, it's just I got the Mahomes, a little Josh Allen, not based off necessarily body size, but just the way that they see the field, the arm strength. Zach Wilson is the most accurate downfield. He's got the arm, but definitely a little bit of Mahomes and a little bit of Aaron Rodgers and Zach Wilson. And I'm not saying, with the Jags and Trevor Lawrence, he's not going to pan out. But the one thing that's always concerned me with him is that, man, in these big games, he just can't win. He doesn't play well against good competition like when he was playing against Bama. I mean, not a lot of guys can play good against Bama, but at least when, Deshaun Watson was on Clemson, you saw glimpses of greatness in him in college. And I haven't seen a lot of greatness out of Trevor Lawrence playing great teams. I've seen him beat the brakes off shitty teams and play great, 300-400 yards, 5-6 touchdowns. Yeah, but you're supposed to if you're that good and you're a generational talent. But I don't know. Maybe Zach Wilson, this kid from BYU, who grew up in Utah, kind of a small town kid. I definitely believe in him just a little bit more. Shrek says Pitts is going to be good. 6'6", runs routes like a wide receiver. 4.46 in the 40. And like I said, he might be better than Jamar Chase. He could be the best tight end or wide receiver. I'm sold. Like I said, I've watched the highlights. I know that's your favorite team. The Chiefs is your team for the NFL. The Gators are your team for college. Kadarius Toney is nice too, but Pitts by far might be the best Florida Gator prospect that we've seen in quite some time. I'm really excited. Obviously in fantasy football, everyone's going to be gunning for him, and he could end up being the third best tight end right out the gate. I mean, it could go Travis Kelce, George Kittle, Kyle Pitts, Mark Andrews, Darren Waller. I mean, or something of that nature. But I could definitely see Pitts getting over 1,000 yards. I could see Pitts getting anywhere from 6 to 12 touchdowns in his rookie season. And I could see him making a Pro Bowl year one. I think he's that fucking talented, and he may end up being the best tight end and the best player overall in the draft out of anybody. It's very possible. I like him that much, and that's big facts. Seth says, damn, do I feel you? I've been feeling the same way. Sports just helped me get through. I hope that you're doing something about it. Yeah, man. And like I said, mental health is very important. Adventures with AG, obviously with the other job that I had, it's just one of those things. I mean, it was just so hard to get out of bed. It was just so hard, just to face reality. It's like I would almost rather sleep than get up, and it was just so hard just to do little things. I mean, it was like I was sleeping, watching TV, eating, going to the bathroom, and I mean that was it. And it was just really, really sad. But I finally, got out of it. And anytime I get knocked down, I always, find a way to be able to lift myself up. And like I said, I'm grinding. And anytime if you don't see me on YouTube for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, it's probably just because I'm going through some shit mentally or I have some kind of family emergency. But I always bounce back. And sports is something that really brings us together. And obviously that's why I'm here. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. You guys are the best fans on planet Earth. I might have another sponsorship coming around here next week. And like I said, they're going to keep growing. Once I keep grinding, we can make up, those 50 to 100 subs that I lost after the NFL season ended, where you have these guys that sub to the channel or take their sub away. So I'm not discouraged by that. Like I said, it's just going to make me work harder to hopefully regain some of those subs or get some new ones where someone will get a sub from me, and then they'll stick with it and they'll keep it with me. But like I said, it's going to be a grind. We got big goals. I want to be able to try to lose probably about 20 or 30 pounds by the time we get to July 4th. I want to be able to keep grinding. I'm going to be doing the NFL live stream, NFL draft for day 1, for round 1, and possibly day 2 for rounds 2 and 3. Probably not day 3 for rounds 4 through 7, but I'll try to do at least the first day and maybe the rounds 2 and 3. I'm super excited. We got to really wait and see with some of these other free agents that are still on the table. But again, let's do a quick recap before I end up leaving, because this is my second live stream of the day. All right. The season just got bigger. The NFL season just got bigger. New games, new schedule. It's going to be amazing. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash the fucking like button. Donate to your boy. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Brand new 2021 hoodies, only $34.99 on sale. So if you want to be able to represent your boy, get an NWSF hoodie and represent for your boy, the Northwest Sports Fanatics. So the season got bigger. The regular season increases to 17 games from 16 games previously. The regular season increases to week 18 weeks instead of 17. So we get an extra game and an extra week added. Everyone hates that idea besides me because that just gives me more material and more games to cover. So I absolutely love it. More fucking reaction videos, more live play-by-play and reactions, more color commentary, and more opportunities to be able to gain more Fanatic family members. So I absolutely love it. All right, and the added game will feature teams from the opposing conferences that finished in the same place within their division the previous season. So I assume if you ended up finishing first in the division like Green Bay, you're playing someone that finished first in their division in the Kansas City Chiefs. So I assume that's the way that they're making this particular list. I'm not sure if it's accurate for every matchup that we see in the thumbnail, but that's what it says. And then the big part is the preseason is reduced to 3 games per team. All right, so we don't have to worry about 4 games or 5 games there if you're in that Hall of Fame game. So there's a less likely chance for your star player to go down with an ACL, MCL, PCL in that week 4, week 5 preseason game where you're like, fuck, the season's over and it hasn't even started. So there's still going to be some opportunities for guys to get hurt, but you're probably not going to get your starters playing until probably that 3rd game. That there's just maybe a 1/2 in that 3rd game. I would assume that in the first 2 games, it'd be a lot of the backups. And then that 3rd game, you're going to end up getting, maybe 1/2 of the starters because they're probably going to be very cautious and nervous, making sure that those guys don't get hurt. And then we get right in there and we get those extra games. So I'm absolutely thrilled about it. And I can't wait. Absolutely. Seth Warner, I hope things get better. If you ever need anything, anyone in the room, I'm always here. You can always hit me up on email or on the chat. Like I said, we got to be here for each other because obviously with COVID, it doesn't look like it's going to really end until maybe the end of 2022. It sounds like the NFL, Roger Goodell says he wants to have full stadiums. That's the goal going into the 2021 season, which is great. But with COVID still floating around, it's not over yet. So, he may say that now, but we could get a spike and may have limited seating. But all in all, as long as we can have an NFL season, some college football, I really miss going to Eugene and going to Ducks games. And that's a big part of the mental health for me. I can't go to Ducks games. I can't go see Tampa Bay up in Seattle, right, and see some Seattle Seahawks games. Mariners I wasn't able to see. Blazers, I'm not able to go there. Can't go camping. Can't see my dad. Can't see, really my mom. I can't see my friends. And obviously we need each other. So, as long as you realize that and you can do those type of things and surround yourself around positive people, things can get better. But mental health is very important. I'm a big example of that. Mental health, addiction, all kinds of crazy shit that I've gone through in my life, but I always bounce back. And like I said, we're trying to get from 20,000 subscribers to 25 to 30, 3.3 million views to 4 to 5, and just keep on grinding, man. Keeping sponsorships coming in, promotions, coming in, and everything else. Let's see here. It said No Clan Jolly says I don't want Fields. I think Fields might not be that bad. People hate one extra game, No Clan Jolly, because the players don't want to do it because they're fucking already injured and dead. They already are putting their bodies on the line, so they don't want to do it because it's really benefits the owners. It benefits, the people that own the team, so that it benefits the companies that are, putting the games on. NBC, ESPN, CBS, Fox, the guys that are making money. They're the guys that are making the big bucks besides the players. That's why they don't want to do the extra game. You know what I mean? Their bodies are already hurt and they're already crumpled and just crawling around. It benefits the owners and then the broadcast companies. That's what it really benefits. But I'll take it because I love NFL. So if you give me an extra game with some more matchups, yes, please. I definitely will take it. And as we can see on the screen here, before I end the live stream, we got some good matchups. Green Bay and Kansas City, the Bears and the Raiders, Minnesota Vikings and the Chargers, Lions and Broncos, Seahawks and Steelers, Rams and Ravens, Cardinals and Browns. Half of these matchups are very enticing. 49ers and Bengals, Saints and Titans, my Buccaneers, Tampa Bay going against Carson Wentz and the Colts. Really looking forward to that. Panthers and Texans, Falcons, Jags, Washington football team and the Bills. Giants and Dolphins, Cowboys, we them boys, going against New England. And then you got the Philadelphia Eagles going against the Jets. So on paper, just looking at those matchups, obviously Green Bay and Kansas City is definitely the most enticing. But I figured I'd just hop on. Your boy's grinding. I obviously did a morning stream of Mac Jones, Justin Fields Pro Day. I did about a 2-hour stream. Day before that, I did a 4-hour stream of just Monday news for Monday morning for NFL talk. If you haven't got a chance to take a listen, please do. Did the MLB debut of kind of showing what the channel is going to look like when I do MLB games. If you want to see what that looks like, take a look at that live stream that I did yesterday also. And I'll be back tomorrow morning, bright and early, 8 a.m. Pacific time, because we got Florida Gators Pro Day, Kyle Pitts, right? We got LSU's Pro Day, Jamar Chase, and we got Notre Dame's Pro Day. So I'm going to definitely hop online and watch it on NFL Network and do a live stream for maybe an hour or two while I get to see some of these guys run around and run routes and do big things. But again, I hope everyone is having a good day. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys very much. Cash Out Hybrid in the building. What it do? And again, just a quick recap for anyone that's just hopping in. The season just got bigger. The increased season goes to 17 games from the previous 16. We go from regular season length increased to 18 weeks instead of 17. So an extra week and an extra game. And then we're going to get games that are added from teams with opposing conferences that finish in the same place within their division. So that means if Green Bay finished first in the NFC North, which they did, they're playing someone in the AFC, which in this case is the Chiefs, who finished first place in the AFC West. And the preseason is going to be reduced to 3 games per team, which is very exciting as well. So we're getting less games in preseason. You're getting fantastic matchups for this extra game, and then we're getting an extra game and an extra week. So it's gonna be really exciting to be able to get to that point. A lot of players don't like it. AK-41 said this shit dumb. He doesn't like it. But I'll tell you what, I'm probably the most excited out of anyone to actually cover these games, because you know how much I fucking love the NFL. I mean, I love the NFL more than anything, and I'm getting these sponsorship opportunities. People see my energy. They love it. They're commenting on it. I've been getting more and more emails and phone calls. I got one sponsor right now with Collegiate Art Designs that makes the Oregon Duck chain in my NWSF chain. But again, I've had a NFL jersey company reach out. I've had a man cave company reach out, but I kind of turned those ones down. But then I got this other one that's kind of like a FanDuel where they're kind of doing this like gambling, betting type thing, kind of like how Pat McAfee has on his show with FanDuel. So if I can end up getting that kind of sponsorship with this new company, it gives me an opportunity to, make a little bit more money, maybe get some more, fans to join the Fanatic family, and I'm going to keep grinding. You say, why not give this man 20K subs? Yeah, absolutely, man. Northwest Sports Fanatics for life, baby. And like I said, I don't mind where people take away their subs. If you want to take your sub away from me, if you can find someone else that has the knowledge and the energy that I put out, go right ahead. But I'm always going to be here to earn the sub back if you take it away. And hopefully I can get more and more people to join the Fanatic family. And I know it's just going to be a matter of time where other doors open, where I'm going to go from 20K to 30K, 40K to 50K, ultimately getting 100K. I don't care how long it takes unless I go viral to get that silver button from YouTube. And I'm at 3.3 million views now, and I'm trying to get to about 4 or 5. Ultimately, 10 million is the goal there, right? And I just want to keep working hard, and you never know. Bleacher Report might reach out. I mean, I don't know if I would ever really want to work for Fox Sports or ESPN. ESPN is really not what it used to be. NFL Network would be a dream come true, but even if it was, The Athletic or Bleacher Report or maybe just doing a commercial voiceover, where you could hear my voice on TV or on a commercial, something to do with sports or something sport related. I'm going to keep working hard, but I definitely want to grow this platform on YouTube because this is the dream. I didn't sell my Michael Jordan PSA 9 rookie card for nothing. Obviously I'm going to keep grinding, and I love the NFL, and I appreciate you guys very much. Ruiz, LA Rams, what it do, baby? What it do? Do you see the matchup, the Rams and the Ravens? Lamar Jackson versus Matthew Stafford, and the extra matchup. Less preseason games. We're going from 5 to 4 to only 3 now. Absolutely love it, right? We're going to get an extra game, 17 games, 18 weeks, which is fantastic. As if you look on the thumbnail, amazing matchups. I would say 80% of those matchups are like must-see TV. Green Bay, Kansas City, must-see TV. Let's see. Vikings and Chargers, for the simple fact it's Justin Jefferson and Justin Herbert. To me, must-see TV. Seahawks, Steelers, must-see TV. Rams, Ravens, definitely must-see TV. Cardinals, Browns, must-see TV. Kyler and Baker. Buccaneers and Colts, must-see TV for me. I want to definitely watch that matchup. I want to watch Washington football team and the Buffalo Bills. That's must-see TV. And then there's other matchups that might not be as exciting, but maybe to get Zach Wilson and Jalen Hurts, Eagles and Jets, just to be able to see some matchups. Maybe the Niners, depending on who they pick up, going against Joe Burrow if he's healthy. So even though some of them maybe aren't as sexy on paper, I love NFL, so I don't give a shit who the fuck is playing. If the Jets could play the Jags, and I'm going to watch it all the way through, and I would rather watch that than any fucking NBA game or any college basketball game. It's pretty much NFL, college football. I'll watch some WWE and AEW, and I'll watch some MLB, but I don't know, you'd have to pay me a lot of money to watch some basketball, especially with what's happening in the league now, where it's so biased with the Nets and the Lakers. I mean, I might end up doing like the NBA Finals just for shits and gigs, just to do it, just to see who ends up winning. But I mean, I have lost so much respect for the NBA. I just don't enjoy it anymore. And then these super teams are kind of getting out of control, with AD and LeBron and Andre Drummond, especially on the Nets of Blake Griffin and LaMarcus Aldridge and Kyrie and KD and Harden. I mean, get the fuck out of here. It's not even fair. You know what I mean? It's like, what's the fucking point? They should definitely have had, if David Stern was still alive, he would have fucking vetoed a lot of these fucking trades and things that's going on, and that's big facts. LA Rams in the building, what to do. But like I said, I've already did one live stream earlier today. I did the Justin Fields, Mac Jones Pro Day. Based off my analysis and my live stream that I did about 2 hours early this morning when I watched it live, absolutely love what Justin Fields has done. I'm not sold on him being a stud in the NFL, but I thought that his throws and his pro day was better than Mac Jones. But I've been hearing more and more that it sounds like maybe the Niners are considering Mac Jones at 3. They better have that pick right. I mean, you're trading other first-round picks for a guy that might be average, like a backup quarterback to any other team. I just don't know if he's the guy. And even Justin Fields and Trey Lance are almost like project QBs, The only guys that I really am sold on 100% are Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Kyle Pitts at tight end, Jamar Chase, right, and Penei Sewell. Those are the guys that for sure I believe in 1,000%. But if you're not those guys, I'm not sure if I believe in you, 1,000% that I know that you're going to pen out. Penei Sewell is going to be the Quentin Nelson of the tackle position. He's going to be the next big thing, the next Anthony Munoz, pretty much blocking the blind side for Joe Burrow getting picked number 5 with the Bengals, right? Kyle Pitts is going to be the next, Tony Gonzalez, George Kittle, Travis Kelce. Big facts, all right? Jamar Chase is going to be the next Justin Jefferson, all right? Trevor Lawrence will be the next Joe Burrow, and I know Zach Wilson will be the next Justin Herbert. But besides that, I don't know. I'm not really too sure about these other guys. It has to be a supporting cast, and the Niners can make anybody good. So if they decide to pick Mac Jones in 3, I know it can work, right? I know it can work, but you just better pray that Mac Jones doesn't get hurt, just like Jimmy G, because then you wasted your pick. You know what I mean? Or Justin Fields gets hurt, or Trey Lance gets hurt. Because if they end up having, a bugaboo and they're injury prone, then you just wasted, that pick and you traded up for a guy like the Bears did for Mitchell Trubisky when they could have had who? Deshaun Watson or who? Patrick Mahomes. I mean, the Bears have never been good since. So, I mean, that's really what it comes down to and what it breaks down to. So, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I'm going to cut the stream a little bit short. Like I said, I only wanted to do about 30 to 45 minutes. I appreciate you. I love you. And I will be back tomorrow morning for Florida Gators Pro Day, LSU's Pro Day, Notre Dame Pro Day. I'll be live at 8 a.m. Pacific time. I got one question for you. Who talks sports like us? Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, and I'm out. Peace.